Guys, you ready for this? Check this out. Check this out. Hey, buddy, what's that? What's that? What's that? He loves this thing. He's a rambunctious little chicken here in the mornings, and I like to tire him out. So I'll play with this thing while I'm on my computer or getting ready for work or whatever it may be. He likes it. He enjoys it. Come on. What's that? What's that, buddy? Come on. You losing interest? There you go. I just want to climb up there. You goofball. You goofball. You goofball. Oh, man. What a silly chicken. I love that cat. I love that cat. What is up, everybody? Welcome to Trace Trades. We freaking talk fast and don't skip class. I like your preference by saying that I'm not a financial advisor or expert. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Let's get into the video. So today, my friends, my family, my fellow gorilla gang, I want to talk a little bit about the way the stock market kind of works and the way that you can kind of look at this in reference to what has already happened in the past and what may happen in the future. And I kind of want to tell a little bit of a story to give you some perspective in terms of my personal experience through life. So it's no mystery that I didn't go to school for finance, right? I went to school for nutrition. I was very interested in the physiology of the body at the time. My goal in life was to qualify for the Olympic trials in the marathon. I love seeing that stair stepping, be able to keep working hard and continue to stair step higher and higher and higher and higher. But there was something about that which is similar to the stock market, right? Now it's this idea of the present and the past, and then the future and the way that you can look at it. So back in the day, I can think back on the last 10 years of training that I ever had. And through all that period of time, there's an unknown. And that unknown is, how good will I be? What's going to be the pinnacle, the top that I will ever be able to reach at any given moment in time? That's always a question in the back of your head that you don't know until the future. Now, I say this because back, when I was in college, I'll just speak about my best race. Actually, we'll talk post-collegiately. Best race that I ever had. I ran a 10 mile in about 50 minutes and 45 seconds on a flat track. It was a lot of laps, and we got it done, right? But I didn't know at that time that was going to be the best race, the best time that I ever ran in any distance was that exact date, right? Back then I was thinking to myself, I can keep going. I can keep stair stepping higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. Who knows? Maybe it would have happened, maybe not. I can't speak on that because we all know that I've got this heart thing going on right now. But the main point being that there's always going to come a day when you reach the pinnacle, the top, that's as good as it ever gets, that's the best that it ever gets, and you're not going to know that until you venture off into the future and are able to look back and appreciate and see those times that you enjoyed, right? Now, I'm not saying this because, there's certain stocks out there that are done per se, but I say this because there are things in life that you are not going to be able to know with absolute certainty until you look back and are able to look at it with 20/20 vision, retrospect, and see what has already happened here in the past, right? Now, I say this because if you look at the stock market, this is an opportunity, an example to look at what stocks do. Let's just say that this is the present. You've got the past back here, right? Things that have already happened. Well, actually, I should redo this. Hold on a sec. This is the past and this is the future. So these are things that have already happened, right? And this is stuff that we don't know, highlighted in yellow. What's going to happen? Who knows, right? In any given stock. This could be AMC, GameStop, Microvision, Apple, Tesla, Facebook. It doesn't matter. We don't know with absolute certainty what's going to happen in this future. And there might actually be a point when you're invested in any sort of stock that you've reached the absolute top. Now, I say this because mainly with AMC. If you were to look at the way that AMC is going to trade in the future, I don't think the squeeze has happened, but when this does end up coming to fruition, something that you're going to want to realize and really take home with you is you're not going to be able to time that absolute tippy top on the top of that squeeze because only a handful of people will ever get to do that, and that's by sheer fucking luck, right? Now, it's okay to be able to look back in the future at the past and say, look, that's as good as it was ever going to get, and I can appreciate that, and I can look at what I have now and take that for what it is, right? Now, this is the idea of essentially selling on the way down on a squeeze. You guys do what you want to do. That's your own financial responsibility, your own financial decision. But who's the guy that gets this absolute top? It's not very many people, right? Not very many people in that exact moment in time are going to say, this is the best it's ever going to get, right? I'm done here. If I could go back in time and essentially choose to stop at that 10-mile race, the best that I ever was in my entire running career, would I have done it? No, even though I ran performances that were worse than that, I can still appreciate that was the best that I ever had it, right? I can always look back and appreciate that and have fond memories of all the training, all the friends I made, all the hard times, the good times that led to that buildup. Because something that people forget is on the buildup to anything, people usually only see the tippy top. They only see the best that it ever got, but they don't see the progress and the hard work that got to this point, right? They don't see this. They don't see this rip followed by the dip, the rip followed by the dip. You know, for my 10-mile race, I actually went out and I time trialed a mile before that 10-miler, and I absolutely blew up. I think I went off the first half mile trying to run, you know, I was trying to run about a 4:20, and I went out the first half mile in like 2:07, and then just absolutely tanked and ran like a 4:29 or a 4:30 or something, and it was terrible. Like I felt like absolute dog. And that's part of the process. That's part of the journey. People don't see that, right? This is all a part of the journey. This fluff in the middle, leading up to the best that it ever gets, that's part of it, man. You can't get to the tippy top without having the dips, the rips, the valleys, the Valhalla, the shadow realm. All of that in between is a part of that journey and a part of that process. So keep that in the back of your mind. If there's any two big takeaways that I want you guys to take away from this video, it's the journey, right? Enjoy the journey and be okay with uncertainty, because there's so few people that are going to be able to hang their shoes up. They're going to be able to hang out that P&L, right? Take their profits at that absolute top, because nobody fucking knows. Nobody knows what the top of any sort of stock is, right? So keep that in the back of your mind. I don't know why I drew that two up. I could have just said that out loud, but this is it. This is the journey. This is the process. And you have to be okay with those two things. Enjoy the journey, accept it for what it is, the highs and the lows, because it all builds a legacy. It all builds your story, your experiences that you can take forward with you to other stocks in the stock market or anything else in life for that matter, right? It all applies. This is all broad concept. And enjoy the fact that you're not going to be able to time that absolute top. You can appreciate it, right? Maybe somebody out there will get lucky, but it's very, very few people, and it definitely should not be an expectation. So that's what I've got for this video. I know this is kind of atypical, but I was kind of reflecting last night on life and the things that brought me to where I am right now, and I think it's important to be able to do that, to be able to reflect on where you've been, where you think you're going to go, experience and relive the best times that you ever had. Think back on when we hit 70 bucks. I mean, I can enjoy that for what it was, and know that there's more times like that that are likely going to come. So yada yada yada. You know, whole spiel. Drop a like, see you around there, friends. Catch you on the next one. Titan, you freaking silly chicken, what are you doing? Let's see if it comes. Come here, buddy. Oh, look at you. You freaking silly chicken. You silly goofball. Pop. All right, catch you guys on the next one. Much love and peace.